There's also key economic information out today. The latest unemployment rate for December, due in about an hour. Business editor Ross Greenwood joins us. Great to see you,
Hello,
Ross.
Laura.
What are you expecting?
Laura, the unemployment rate is expected by the markets to pop just a little bit from 4.3% it was in November to 4.4% in December, despite the fact that there would be potentially 30,000 new jobs created during that time. We'll find out when the markets drop. We'll do that live here on Sky. Now, the reason why there's an increase in the unemployment rate, notwithstanding 30,000 new jobs being created, is generally there are more part-time jobs created in December to take up the Christmas rush. But as a result of that, there's actually more people in the workforce looking for work. And so it's basically a numbers game here. The other thing also right now is that this clearly will have an impact on interest rates, and I think that's going to be one of the keys to this, because the Reserve Bank now, it's another piece of information that maybe just gives the Reserve Bank a sense as to where this economy is sitting right now.
What are the markets saying about where rates are going? Because we're kind of talking the upside rather than the downside.
We're talking the upside rather than the downside. Now, remember this time last year, we were talking about 3 interest rate cuts, potentially 5 interest rate cuts in 2025. The reality is now we're going to see as many as 2 interest rate increases this year. This is according to where the markets go. So say, for example, for February, you can see here the cash rate. The suggestion is it's on hold. 73% saying it's on hold, 27% that there could be actually an increase in rates then. But when you go further out and you look at the numbers, what you actually see is that the markets right now are forecasting the first interest rate increase between May this year and August. But then there's also the potential of a second interest rate increase by December next year. Now, things could change with every piece of economic information that comes out, but that's where the markets sit right now ahead of this unemployment number that we'll see very shortly.
OK. We were talking about a bit of the chaos in Canberra. It's all on the coalition side at the moment, which is so annoying because there's a lot to question about the government side as well.
Like big blowouts in the budget,
exactly.
And also the OECD.
I'm not just talking about the craziness of this week and gaslighting, but you had the IMF report and OECD overnight.
OECD overnight. Now, I want to take you to this because this really says everything about where, if you wanted to stage a political battle against the government and its economic policies, then you'd simply pick up this OECD report and bring it out. So I've just pulled a couple of key quotes from really, this is their headlines from this. Real disposable incomes declined markedly as the post-pandemic inflation surge eroded real wages and entailed bracket creep and rising mortgage payments. That's the OECD. That's its report from today. Competition has waned across the economy over the past 2 decades as business dynamism has declined and market concentration and profit margins have risen. It also says to make further progress in addressing the climate transition, the government should develop a strategy to reduce emissions from agriculture and gradually raise taxes on motor fuels. And you know how that would go down with the community if that were to take place. So, the interesting thing is that the coalition is taking the pressure off Anthony Albanese and Jim Chalmers at a very time when really the pressure is being felt by the community, and really this is where you could mount a genuine economic argument against the government and its policies right now.
Yeah, well, we'll keep the pressure on. Don't worry about that, Ross. Let's look at the markets now, because the markets have loved Donald Trump's back down.
So, I'm going to tell you something. This is called the taco trade, don't you?
Yeah.
You know why it's called the taco trade?
Trump always chickens out.
Trump always chickens out, right? So we're going to show you the taco trade now and show you what basically has happened around the place. Here's the ASX 200 as we speak, up by 0.75%. It's strong, and it's pretty much right across the board. It's miners, it's banks, it's the whole market, which is much, much strong. And that's off the back of really an incredibly strong run in the US markets overnight, after dropping more than 2% the night before, up by 1.18% last night, the Nasdaq. So that was super duper strong. The US dollar got stronger. Interest rates in the United States got weaker. So the Aussie dollar, which had been closing in on 68 US cents this morning, just a touch off that, sitting around 67.5 US cents. But really, Donald Trump hates this. He hates the memes. He hates the whole thing. He said this in the past. He's really tried to act against this. But the reality is that every time there's a drama, as Donald Trump goes to this point of brinkmanship, the markets seem to cave. Those who are smart jump in and wait for the taco trade.
Right, particularly when it has an economic or a market effect.
100%, and this was about the tariffs.
So the taco moniker came out of Wall Street, didn't it?
It did, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it's called.
We'll see.